All right, I'm going to give a quick overview of the Advanced Directives assignment, but it's going to be really important that you actually read the guidelines PDF, which has more detail, and take a look at the rubric posted on Canvas. I know this is a grim way to start an assignment PowerPoint overview, but I do really want you to avoid having to meet with me about plagiarism. The most common ways that happens right now is use of AI, asking them to summarize your sources or to write about your experience. And again, usually students just say when I meet with them that they used it to brainstorm or to guide them, but it turns out they couldn't resist taking too many ideas and words from the AI experience. So we say don't use AI at all for this assignment. Do your own thinking and writing. And then of course you can take a look at the sample paper, but you don't want to pull on it too carefully. You've got to have your own ideas. You can't just paraphrase ideas from the sample paper or another student's paper. This assignment has been a class favorite for quite a while. It's often mentioned in the final reflections as something that people are taking and learning from this class. It's an individual assignment, and the purpose of it is for you to think about what your preferences are if you're unable to kind of say what you want or tell your family members what you want near the end of your life or you're incapacitated. So this is before death that you're kind of making your wishes known. And you're creating some documents that you can share with your family members. So the steps are that you do some background reading, you think about your values and wishes, then you create some medical and legal documents, and you write a reflection paper. These readings and videos that you need to choose from, these 4 sources, are located in the Canvas assignment Dropbox. So now you're thinking about kind of who you might want to make medical decisions on your behalf. And you're also reading through the 5 wishes document to think about kind of what are your preferences there around end of life or body care. And I'd encourage you to not only think, but it's not a requirement, but to talk to your people, talk to family or friends or the people that you might be choosing to be your medical power of attorneys. Having conversations, to be honest, makes it easier to write the reflection paper because you have more to say. Now you're going to create 2 documents. The first is 5 wishes, and for this we don't require that you get it notarized or witnessed or anything like that. And I should say our 5 wishes, since we have to pay, since typically it has to be paid for, we just have a kind of copy that we've done our best to make it fillable for you. So it's not perfect, but it doesn't cost you anything. And then the medical durable power of attorney, or the MDPOA. This is you appointing someone to be your healthcare agent should you be incapacitated but alive, right? So you're in the hospital in a coma and someone needs to be making medical decisions on your behalf. So you have the option to pick an agent and some alternate agents. And in Colorado, it only has to be signed to be legal, but for many states to cross state lines, it needs to be notarized in order to be legal. So we give you 3 extra credit points if you get it notarized, and there's information in the Dropbox about how or where to get it notarized. We also have some optional advanced directives that you could complete: the financial power of attorney, the living will, or the CPR directive, which generally isn't recommended for healthy emerging adults. After you've done some reading, completed your forms, perhaps done some thinking and talking to people, now you're going to write your reflection paper. And you can see that there's 5 sections to this reflection paper, and each one has kind of points for the quality and for the length. And so if you want to maximize the points, you'll want to kind of read through those assignment guidelines and make sure that you're doing both answering the questions that we want answered and reaching the page minimum for that section. In the source synthesis, for example, this is where you're going to summarize the 4 sources that you reviewed. And again, these are all available in the Advanced Directives Dropbox. You don't have to go find sources for this. In the 5 wishes reflection, you're going to be talking about your decision making and your thought processes and any conversations you had with others while completing the 5 wishes form. Similarly, with the medical durable power of attorney section, or the medical forms reflection, you're writing about what forms you opted to complete. Usually it's just the MDPOA for students, and how you decided who to pick for your primary agent and your alternate agents, and any conversations you have had. And then in the conclusion section, you're just mentioning maybe a positive and a negative, at least one of each, that came up in completing this assignment. We're giving you some points for writing style and organization. For APA formatting, we want you to use APA Level 1 headings. That's the centered bold heading for those 5 sections of your paper, and you'll see that represented in the sample paper. Then you're also going to submit your completed 5 wishes form and your completed and signed medical durable power of attorney. And again, if you get that notarized, it's 3 extra credit points. Okay, thanks for watching this quick overview. Your next step is to review the Advanced Directives PDF guidelines, the 5 wishes form, the MDPOA form, the sources that we've provided. You don't have to find any. They're in the Canvas Dropbox, and our sample paper. Please reach out if you have questions, and as always, I'm really happy to meet with you during office hours to look at anything that you've written and help you maximize your points.